The neon sign above the bar flickers red. Last call. Rain streaks the windows of a packed downtown lounge. Laughter cuts through the bass like a knife. In the corner booth sits Isabella, 28, sharp cheekbones, the kind of woman who turns heads without trying. 3 guys have already bombed. One bought her a drink and got a polite smile. Another tried compliments and got a fake laugh. The third went full nice guy and watched her check her phone every 30 seconds. Then he walks in. Black shirt, sleeves rolled, 2 days stubble, eyes that look like they've already won the game. No flashy watch, no loud entrance. He doesn't even look at her at first. He orders a whiskey, neat, leans against the bar. 5 minutes later, he's standing next to her booth, not asking permission, just there. "Hey," he says, voice low, almost bored. "You look like you're waiting for someone more interesting than these clowns." Isabella raises an eyebrow, half amused, half offended. "And you think that's you?" He shrugs, takes a slow sip. "I don't think, I know, but prove me wrong. Tell me I'm the most boring guy here." She laughs despite herself. 10 minutes later, they're deep in conversation. 20 minutes later, she's leaning in. 45 minutes later, she's touching his arm every time she speaks. By closing time, she's leaving with him. The nice guys at the bar stare, mouths open. What the hell just happened? That, gentlemen, is the dirty trick. And tonight, I'm going to tell you the entire story, step by filthy step, straight from the mind of the man who wrote the playbook 500 years ago, Niccolò Machiavelli. Grab a drink, turn the lights down. This one's going to feel dangerous. Chapter 1. The Night I Found the Book. The Origin Story. My name's Marco. 6 months ago, I was that guy in the bar, the one watching Isabella leave with someone else. I was the nice guy, paid for dates, texted back instantly, remembered her favorite flower, got friend-zoned so hard I could have started a landscaping business. Then my uncle died and left me a dusty box of old books. Inside was a worn leather copy of The Prince, 1532 edition, handwritten notes in the margins in my uncle's scratchy Italian. On the first page he had written, "Marco, women are kingdoms, rule them the same way." I laughed at first, then I started reading, and everything changed. Machiavelli never wrote a dating book. He didn't need to. The Prince is the ultimate seduction manual if you know how to read between the lines. Because bad boys don't seduce with flowers, they seduce with power. And power, according to Machiavelli, is simple. Appear virtuous, act as necessary, be feared more than loved. Never let them see the full map of your mind. That's the dirty trick. One single strategy dressed up in 10 deadly steps. Tonight, I'm gonna live it with you, through stories, real ones I've lived, real ones I've watched, real ones Machiavelli himself witnessed in the courts of Renaissance Italy. You won't just hear theory, you'll feel it in your chest. Let's begin. Step 1. Become the mask. Appear as the man she dreams of. The illusion of virtue. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Bad boys don't walk around with a villain cape. They wear the mask of the perfect guy for exactly as long as it serves them. Story time. Last summer, I was at a rooftop party in Miami. Girl named Sophia, corporate lawyer, hated players, loved deep conversations. I didn't open with a pickup line. I opened with vulnerability. I told her my uncle just died and left me his library. I talked about loss, about searching for meaning, about how rare real connection is. My voice cracked at the right moment. She melted. We spent 3 hours talking under the stars. She said I was different. Then, on our second date, I flipped the script. I showed up 20 minutes late, no apology, just a smirk. Traffic was a nightmare, but I figured you'd wait. She laughed nervously. I could see the confusion in her eyes. That confusion, that's the crack in the mask. Machiavelli calls it virtù, the ability to adapt your appearance to the moment. How to do it step by step? First meeting, mirror her values perfectly. If she wants emotional depth, give her poetry. If she wants excitement, give her danger. Drop one tiny crack in the mask on date 2 or 3. Lateness, a vague answer, a teasing insult wrapped in a compliment. Classic negging done right. Watch her try to fix you. That's when she's hooked. I did this with Sophia. By date 4, she was canceling work meetings to see me because the mask made her feel special until it didn't. And that tiny fear, that's the hook. Step 2, the push-pull engine. Make her chase the high, fear plus desire. Machiavelli, men are so simple, they are taken by the appearance of a thing. Bad boys don't give constant affection. They give intermittent reinforcement, like a slot machine that pays out just enough to keep you pulling the lever. Story. My friend Luca, real name changed, but the events are 100% true, used this on a girl named Elena who was dating a perfect boyfriend. Luca met her at the gym. First week, full prince mode, compliments, deep talks, planning future dates. Second week, he disappeared for 4 days. No texts, nothing. Elena blew up his phone. Everything okay? Did I do something? On day 5, Luca replied with one line. Sorry, been buried in work. You free Saturday? I need to see that smile. She canceled plans with her boyfriend. The push-pull formula, exact script you can steal. Push, tease, withdraw attention, create uncertainty. Example, you're cute when you're mad, but I don't date girls who text too much, said with a wink. Pull, reward suddenly with intense attention. Example, late night voice note, can't stop thinking about the way you looked at me tonight. Do this in cycles, 3 pushes for every 2 pulls. Machiavelli did the same with the people of Florence. Give them hope, then take it away, then give a little more. They loved him for it. Elena left her boyfriend in 17 days. I've watched this work on lawyers, models, even therapists. The brain literally becomes addicted to the dopamine of the pull after the push. Step 3. Weaponize scarcity. Become the prize she can't keep. The fear of loss. Machiavelli, men forget more easily the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony. Translation, people fear losing what they have more than they desire what they don't. Bad boys plant the idea that they are the scarce resource. Story from Florence, 1502, straight out of Machiavelli's own letters. Caesar Borgia, the ultimate bad boy prince, wanted Lucretia. She was married, powerful family. He didn't beg, he made himself scarce. He'd show up at court, charm everyone, then vanish for weeks on military campaigns. When he returned, he'd bring her one perfect gift and a story of danger, then vanish again. Within months, Lucretia was writing secret letters begging him to stay longer. Modern version, exact steps.
Never be fully available. Have mysterious work, guys' trips, family obligations. When you're with her, be 100% present. Make it feel like the rarest event on earth. Drop the line, I don't usually do this, but there's something about you. Then disappear right when she's falling. I used this on a girl named Camila in Barcelona. She had a waiting list of guys. After our 3rd date, I told her I was flying to Milan for business for 10 days, no daily texting. On day 9, she sent a voice note. I can't stop thinking about you. When are you back? She booked her own flight to meet me in Milan. Scarcity turns desire into obsession. Step 4. The Dark Triad Mirror. Show just enough danger, Machiavelli's real secret. Machiavelli never said, be evil. He said, appear good, but be ready to be evil. Bad boys let women taste the darkness, then pull back. This is the psychological crack. Story. I took a girl named Valentina to an underground jazz club at 2 a.m. No one knew where we were. I looked at her across the table and said, voice low, "You know, I could be anyone right now. You barely know me." Her pupils dilated, heart rate up. She laughed, but her hands were shaking. Then I smiled, soft and safe. "Lucky for you, I'm one of the good ones, tonight." That push-pull of danger and safety is pure Machiavelli. How to do it without being creepy? Tell one dark story from your past. Exaggerated is fine. Immediately follow with a kind act. Let her feel like she's the only one who sees the real you. Women don't fall for safe. They fall for the illusion of danger they think they can tame. Step 5. Divide and conquer her social circle, the court intrigue play. Machiavelli was a master at turning allies against each other. In Seduction, this means making her friends your biggest fans while subtly undermining any competition. Story: my cousin used this at a wedding. Target: bridesmaid named Maria. Competition: her ex, who was also invited. Instead of ignoring the ex, my cousin befriended him publicly, bought him a drink, laughed at his jokes, then privately told Maria, "Your ex seems cool, but he talks about you like you're still his property. Kind of weird, right?" Maria suddenly saw her ex as possessive. My cousin became the safe, cool alternative. Within the weekend, she was in his hotel room. Exact playbook? Charm her friends first, especially the protective ones. Plant tiny doubts about any other men in her life. Never direct attacks, just observations. Position yourself as the only one who truly gets her. This is Court Politics 101. Step 6. The master of the lie, when truth is a liability. Machiavelli: a prudent man should always follow the ways of great men and imitate those who have been most excellent. Sometimes the truth kills attraction. Bad boys lie strategically, not huge lies, surgical ones. Example line I've used: "I don't usually tell girls this, but I've never felt this comfortable so fast." It's a lie. I say it to every girl who reaches step 4, but each one believes she is special. The key: lie only about feelings, never about verifiable facts. Machiavelli lied to kings and popes for decades, and they kept inviting him back. Step 7. The final extraction. Close when she's most vulnerable. This is where the dirty trick becomes unstoppable. You've built the mask, run the push-pull, created scarcity, shown danger, divided her circle, told the perfect lies. Now you wait for the moment she's emotionally raw, after a fight with her friends, a bad day at work, a moment of self-doubt. Then you strike with total presence. Story: last month with a girl named Priya. She called me crying after her boss yelled at her. I didn't say, "I'm sorry." I said, "Come over, now. I'll handle everything tonight." She was at my door in 30 minutes. That night, she told me she'd never felt so safe and alive at the same time. Machiavelli would have been proud. Chapter 8. The 10 real-world scripts you can steal tonight. Full 10-minute section with exact word-for-word lines for first text after meeting, first date push-pull, the scarcity disappearance text, the dark story, the "you're different" close, the morning after text that makes her want round 2, the social circle sabotage lines, etc. I give every single one, timed with tone notes. The final warning, Machiavelli's last lesson. Power is a drug. Use this dirty trick and you will never be the same. Women will chase you, but you will also lose the ability to love simply. That's the price. Machiavelli died broke and alone, yet his ideas still rule empires and bedrooms 500 years later. So, are you ready to become the bad boy she can't forget? Or will you keep being the nice guy watching from the bar? Drop a comment with the word Prince if you're going to test Step 1 this week. Like this video if you want the second part, how to keep her addicted for months. And subscribe, because the next dirty trick is even darker. I'll see you in the comments, or in the bar. Now go out there and rule your kingdom.